Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WGL. It's Sunday, it's happy day here in Group C and D. He defeated Moon once again in the finals rematch, and now, can he just make it 4-0? His opponent is Sock.
Well, a little birdie told me that this might be quite the close series, that this might be more close and more hotly contested than some might expect.
Huh.
Some say Sock here has very good chances. We just saw, of course, Happy versus Moon, and obviously very game from yesterday's TH versus Lin, but similar in that way that we thought it was going to be a meeting of the world-class players in a very, very close match. But at the end of the day, it was kind of two stomps.
Yeah.
Lin destroyed TH, yesterday 2-0.
Starting again.
Don't point it out. And Happy doing so as well today against Moon. Moon playing some really weird strats, playing completely off meta, playing AP push into Panda mass expansion. You know, he's the creative genius, but I guess creativity doesn't always work out.
I feel pretty similar to Moon right now. I have these great ideas in my head, but you know, to realize them takes a little more than that, and I fail at that. Moon failed at that. You know, it feels pretty similar. So, Sock though, he is also with 1-0-2-0 in the group so far. He defeated Colorful in the offstage match, so it's pretty much the winner's match of Group C so far. The winner here claims number 1 as they're tied for now. Everyone is talking about that Happy's weakest matchup is Orc, and that's what he says himself. He lost to Fly at BREC in an offline match.
Are you going with a hot take right now? Are you going to say his weakest matchup is against humans?
Yeah. No, not the weakest, but he struggles against human as well, but I
okay.
feel that not too many people are talking about it.
Yeah, I could agree to that, especially with the recent games that we've been seeing from him. Here we see the vetoes, though. First, Echo Isles and Terranas vetoed by Happy, kind of standard, I guess, and LR and Twisted by Sock. Yeah, this is the most standard vetoes, basically.
Yeah.
I guess LR being left in the pool by Sock, not being left in the pool, but rather AZ is perhaps a little bit unusual.
Even
AZ,
picking AZ.
Yeah, even AZ as the choice.
Yeah, that surprises me as well. Usually not a great expansion map, showing Sock most likely one base play. Can be done on CH as well. Northern Isles to start things off. There you can expand. I feel this will be a lot more even than people think. And to expand my thought here, Happy was defeated by TH, was defeated by Infi, was defeated by Sock in the Penguin Sky Cup. That was already after WGL on this very patch. That was on... Was it online? I think it was online. So yeah, of course, Ping played a role. And Happy is definitely the favorite, just so people don't get me wrong. But Sock is not without chances. Coming in here as the underdog, that was pretty much what he was at last year's WGL. He made a top 8 alongside Chimiko, the young Koreans rising. Korean human being successful, man. This has never happened in the history of Warcraft, with the exception of Reprisal, maybe.
Yeah, and speaking of last year's WGL, their Sock sounded really desperate against Happy. But with his most recent wins, with his glimmers of hope, he should be feeling more confident here now on stage again against Happy. And what strat is he going to play? In this matchup, we have the meta kind of up in the air currently.
True that. But first, we are off to our second match of the day. It's the Emperor and World Champion Happy versus the B-Boy Sock, who didn't dance for us in the entrance today, unlike last time. So is this the nerves? Does he not feel too comfortable here? The smile that he usually wears is gone. It's fighting mode for Sock now. You had a good point. They met last year, right here on this very stage, in this very building, and Happy stomped him 2-0. There was no doubt who won that match at all. But since then, things have changed a little. I see Happy getting a little weaker. All the humans step up their game. Sock in general has stepped it up a lot since summer. Can always be considered a top 8 contender nowadays.
Yeah. Humans in this matchup currently, it feels like there's a lot of room to play your style. Romantic still goes for the tier 3 expansion or early expansion into tier 3 into mass tanks. Hawk plays his one base tier 3 rush. Other players go rifles. There's a lot of different ways you can play this. The human will dictate how this game shapes up, and it's going to be to the undead as always to respond. Map 1, Northern Isles. Here we go. Happy versus Sock.
We have Happy in the upper right. We have Sock in the bottom left. And Happy, pretty good against human, as we know, but not only the results against the Chinese undeads worry me a little, but also the performance in W League Europe in the Final Four, where he was up against Thorzane and Hawk, and they should be half a level below him at least, and it was 2 best-of-5s, and both went 3-2.
Yep.
Arguably, Thorzane plays very different, and they had a lot of time to prepare, but Sock also had a lot of time to prepare. So maybe there's something coming up. It's not the dominant Happy Force that we see in the Undead Mirror. It's not the dominant Happy Force that we see in Undead versus Night Elf. And Sock himself is pretty good, not only against Happy and Penguin Sky Cup. In WGL, he defeated 1-0, 2-0. So that's also a sign of strength. I mean, it's a WGL qualifier, but you know, it's a result. A result is a result.
A little thing to mention here, we already said that humans have many different ways of playing this, and you just spoke briefly of Thorzane, whose specialty is pally rifles. I'm still waiting for the day for someone to play pally rifles. We have seen it from the Chinese and Koreans on ladder before, but we have been casting a lot of games these last couple of years, and I have never seen them playing it in a big tournament once. Not even once.
Me neither, and they should certainly pick up on that build, because I agree that it looks very, very strong, especially with good micro, which most of them have. But it is an Archmage. It's very standard so far. Moving out with Militia, not immediately expanding, not pulling out the Golem, but creeping the green one. Happy scouts this, and with that information goes for his own creep as well. Perch on the DK, so the skeletons remain alive. Can put in more damage. And again, going for the Tet Fiends.
And here we see a bit of evolution in Happy's play. Last WGL, if we think back, if you guys remember, it was Happy always, every single game, no matter what, against human, being aggressive. No creeping at all, instant aggression every time. But that has changed since then. Happy has been playing a little bit more passively, normally takes the first green camp into then harassing. And Sock, what's he gonna play? Oh, this could be a big last hit here, actually, from the footy, if he can steal it. Not only Happy is capable of this, of course.
Dancing around it with the skeletons, and I think the footman should be too far away. Ah, Sock is somewhere else. A little too late. Was microing his units here at the Murloc creep spot, where Happy is coming in from the north. Coil on the Murloc. Oh, on the Water Elemental. Did he get it?
He did.
Okay.
That's good experience. Means that he's almost with a level up now. That one was stolen by Sock. Well done. So 30 experience missing. 1 footy kill or 1 Water Elemental kill will be the level up for the DK. Or, of course, a creep stone perhaps. Sock. Is he going to tech or is he going to expand? That is the big question. Expansion it is.
Yeah. We can say, by the way, that if Happy wins this, it's pretty likely that he qualifies for the round of 8 again with his win against Moon earlier, and he will face Colorful, who lost to Sock 0-2. But okay, here we go. DK already at 50%. How much damage can he do? Can he get the level 2? Sock is doing this nicely. Right clicks. Oh, he got it there. With the coil. I was about to say, Sock deals with it nicely with the right clicks on the DK, but now he gets the level 2.
No, Happy missed the last hit. He got the experience somewhere else.
Ah, okay. Was he creeping somewhere? I don't know.
I think he killed like a peasant and a water elemental or something like that. But yeah, the AM is going to get level 3 here. He got all of the creeps from this camp. Oh, actually, off by 2. Needs 1 more skeleton. Happy got level 2 with this bit of harass, and I guess that is the downside of going for this first camp. The DK does take some damage, taking out the first camp, and with that, harassing the expansion isn't as easy because you can get pressured pretty easily by the AM. And Sock didn't lose many last hits, didn't lose many peasants. This expansion is coming up safely. Pretty good early game so far for Sock.
I agree. Being less aggressive puts Happy in a position that is not as good as it was in the last WGL encounter, where the game was pretty much over after the early game. You remember this? His aggression, his steals. Like, it was GG after 3 minutes. Not here, no. He's aggressive again with the DK now. Fiend's a little far in the back. Can't attack the tower. Quite some footmen here. Quite some workers here. Needs this 1 kill for level... he is level 2 already. There we go, for the level 3.
This is where not stealing the last hit for Happy really hurts. If he had stolen one of the creeps, this AM would be far away from level 3 and wouldn't be reaching it for quite a while, perhaps not for a very long time. But now with the level up for the AM, with the level 2 Water Elementals, this is all much easier to defend.
But Happy is doing a lot of damage with his skeletons. There was at least 2 peasants and the tower. Was a little worried because he doesn't have the piercing damage against the upcoming tower. Whoa, fast tech as well.
Yeah, Sock there with the control, pretty questionable, honestly. Like, the footies were dealing with the skeletons, and the water elemental were dealing with the fiends. It's kind of the other way around than it's supposed to be. So Happy got a lot of kills there and damage in without taking much damage at all in return. So first defense, creeping up the expansion was good, but then the follow-up little poke by Happy ends up doing more damage than it really should.
Yeah, he continues to poke. Another coil, another rod of necromancy used. That's another kill right here. Lich is out as well. The fiends were all a little hurt, so maybe he has to wait for the statues for the regen, but he will... Oh, creep now. Well, I guess it makes sense with one fiend being almost dead, the other one being halfway dead, the Archmage having boots now, good chasing potential.
Yeah, there's no Merc camp on this map. On maps with Merc camp especially, Undead wants to play aggressively so human can't acquire that for themselves, but not the case here. And AM is also level 3, so by Happy playing it slowly now, giving space to the AM, he's not really giving so much away, other than map positioning. And Sock is getting map positioning now, going across the map, and might be able to go for a bit of a run by. We have, I think it is 8 footmen. That's a good number.
There is Nova, so no frost armor first, as we've seen yesterday by WFZ versus Yumiko, but that was against the Mountain King, so whole different game. Defend is ready now, but Happy is also ready for the defense. Sock doesn't want to run across all the fiends and all the heroes. Archmage now finding an opening, going for the statue.
That defense, by the way, Remo again, my boy.
Yeah, right.
Showing us everything.
So good, this guy. Oh, speaking of good, the skeleton block gives him this water elemental kill, and that's level 3. Game changer for the undead, more healing and more nuke potential. And Sock definitely wanted to go for the undead base, but it didn't work. The Iron Curtain.
Yep. But it's the expansion safe, towers not getting cancelled, shops not getting cancelled, tech coming up pretty quickly. Happy's tech in the meantime, I don't think it was a super fast tech. The fastest tech you can go for is like the 30 supply tech, which is something that Happy has been doing quite a lot in the past. But the more Asian approach is more fiends, more statues on tier 2, delaying tier 3 a little bit in favor of that. Happy got another big item. It is the heal awards, which is really good for extended sieges. And Happy is absolutely the player who wants to all-in push against an expansion like this. Counter expansion against human, Happy really isn't a big fan of. And as the third hero choice for this strategy, Happy has recently been picking a lot of Pit Lord third for the Rain of Fire.
Okay, that is indeed a good AoE spell. Oh, the Fiend block,
wow,
though. Could be a double surround. Nobody gets out with both.
That was close.
That could have been 6 supply gone. He gets the statue now, which is okay, but he has a second one, so it's not that bad. Mountain King coming, tier 3 in the works, as well as Sanctum for priests. So this push wasn't an all-in at all. Both have their strength in defending so far.
Yeah, Sock is doing a pretty good job here. These footies still being worth something. Defender still holding on until tier 3 is reached, which is going to be very soon. Footies still have value. With the orb coming in with the third hero, with destroyers, of course, that's kind of going to change. But they bought the time that they were supposed to buy. And the MK is out now with the Stormbolt. Perhaps Sock can even try to look for some kills now with the DK, especially not being here. Oh, Happy with a rare mistake. Aiming for the Lich, though. That's a hard kill to go for. Has to find the surround right here, and he gets it!
Oh, but Happy is here. Comes in with the coil. Is it in time? Oh, just barely. Another Stormbolt. That could have been the end. Can he swap a Town Portal or anything? No, there's the Stormbolt. And he stops the Lich. Puts him 6 feet under. Happy has to run back. There is a lot of fiends, so he can operate from the back of his base and use the Black Citadel as additional defense. Oh, Sock doesn't want to overcommit. He knows that there's no counter expansion, so he's waiting for the tier 3. He got what he wanted, and this was kind of the theme of WGL Summer. Younger player or less experienced player getting too greedy and throwing their lead away. Sock so far not doing that. Forces another coil here, and I guess that was the last one.
Has the big banner though still. There was a nice anti-surround there by Happy as well. But this is, for Happy standards, a very unoppressive mid-game and early game. Normally when Happy plays against human, oftentimes you just feel under pressure at all times and it's just so hard just to stay alive. But Sock seemingly having an easy time staying alive in this game. Happy, is it Pit Lord time now? This is what we've been seeing.
Not visiting the tavern. I mean, you don't understand that, but skips on it. Okay, 2 hero play. Maybe because the Lich is so low. He's still level 1.
He didn't have the resources as well, so he is sitting at 50. Happy doesn't really have the gold right now. Might go for it once he does. I mean, this is what he played at WGL, just pure mass fiends and 2 heroes at the last WGL, I should say, for a long time, and pressuring the expansion super hard.
So, Frost Armor it is. Not able to eat skeletons for mana yet. Killing the shop would be quite big. I don't know if he has a backup in the main. I don't think so, because then it means no breakers. Nice Nova. Gyros are coming in. There is Web, though. He gets all 4 of them at the same time. Not kiting at all. Heal Ward in the back. Should be cancelled immediately by Sock, but he lets it run for now.
Double Destroyer, good to spell against these water elementals, and the Gyros so far haven't been able to get the kills. This big mana is worth so much right now for Happy. Getting the next heal, getting the next save onto the Fiend. And now the footies, yeah, we can see how they melt.
Yeah, there's the Lich and the right clicks with the Orb of Corruption. Super powerful. Sock needs another answer. He's trying to retreat, but Happy just getting 1 kill after the next. The Gyros are still wept and will be wept forever. The Paladin is coming in, but I guess a little too late for the rescue for many, many, many of these footmen. Sock still at 50. Attacking the towers now is Happy. First one down, but that was not the important one. Sock a little too late with the repair. Not buying time at all. And you call it. The heal ward is so good now.
Did Sock come in to defend a little bit too early? Could he have not perhaps let these towers fall and wait for the Paladin? The first engagement was without the Paladin, and Sock, he was at 64. That is the number where usually you should be feeling fine, but Happy says no, slams the door, destroyed that first move in. This Fiend might fall, but it's the first Fiend dying in this whole engagement. Happy has been trading insanely well. And more statues must be coming for more sustain, for more pressure.
And he's not only fighting well on the left-hand side, he's also killing the workers on the right-hand side. The new Necromancer, more and more and more skeletons, killing all the peasants. The Breakers don't really stand a chance. Holy Light has to rescue them, but was that the last one? Because the shop is down. The tag tree for the Breakers should be locked now. Look how many skeletons are this, man. This is an entire rod of Necromancy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the expansion seemingly gone. How did this game turn around so quickly? Sock seemed to be in a great position this match, and suddenly there goes the expansion. He was pretty greedy on the towers, though. 1 Arcane, 1 Guard Tower. Yeah. That doesn't defend your expansion for long against this many Fiends. We can see 6 Fiends on the battlefield. And now also attack upgrades coming in. Happy gearing up more and more.
Most important thing on Sock's side, yes, the base will be down in a second. Also the hero levels. We have almost level 2 MK, but not even close to level 2 Paladin. What saves humans in the late game is high-level heroes. You need like 4-3-2. He's at 3-2-1. I don't know, man. This is not enough. Too focused on economy, and Happy was punching just when Sock got ready. You pointed it out. Maybe he engaged a little too early. If he waits 1 minute more, maybe the fight goes his way, but he's not giving this up. We have Knights now, we have still a couple of breakers. The Gyros are coming in from the back. This time no web, but 4 destroyers in the air. They should be able to deal with this. He gets a Fiend, another Stormbolt, could be another one. Pump picks a coil, but the second Fiend is down as well, and that's a level 2 Paladin. I wonder if it's Devotion Aura or not. Knight about to fall, but the Holy Light says it again. Gyros are coming in way more careful, and Happy is not in a position to use Web against them. The Destroyers are pretty much freely losing HP.
Destroyers, though, can still dispel against the Water Elemental. 4 Destros, it's basically an instant dispel on these Elementals. 1 Destroyer is gonna fall. Last right click from the AM, gets the long range kill. Stormbolt coming in as well, getting more kills. Another Fiend does fall. Soccer's finding some decent kills, but he's got a tiny army left only. 38 supply is all that he has to work with now. MK would love to get some more kills, but mana is also running extremely low for the Mountain King.
Such a devious level 4 Lich now with so much more mana. Sock, are you really the one to chase here? I'm not too sure. Mountain King in trouble.
No.
But a Staff of Sanctuary is there.
I was about to say Nova. I thought with a Dark Ritual perhaps he would have enough mana. Pally falls into the Divine Shield here soon. Perhaps it is Divine Shield second on him.
Yeah, it is.
Finally, statues coming in again. Happy pretty bravely there, morphing all the Destroyers. No statues on the ground means sustain is very difficult to come by. But Happy Not with the best early game, still fighting his way back. Masterfully gets the level 5 now on the DK. Not too much mana to use, but so much Dispel still available to him. These elementals aren't doing much, really. And the gyros never get to critical mass. They don't overwhelm.
He had the 4 gyros in the last fight who did well because they were separated from the fiends. This time it's way easier for Happy. The Orb of Fire makes things a little harder. Has to use Divine Shield. Archmage now in getting a lot of attention from the undead heroes. Just right-clicking away, and there's only a TP on him. No second staff to get him out. And this looks fairly easy for Happy now. If you play a micro battle against him, there's no one in this world who can win it. And it's GG with the Archmage biting the dust. Happy 3-0 on maps on Group C day 1. Pretty convincing again, but not flawless, I'd say.
Absolutely not. This early game wasn't as oppressive as we've seen plenty of times from him before, but it was still, in my opinion, a showing of a very strong player, which is you don't have the best early game. You kind of do fall behind, at least a little bit, in that game, and then you still come back. You find your opportunity to win that game with his 55 to 60 supply push, which Sok wasn't ready for. I think Sok got a little too impatient there, or maybe he was feeling too strong at his 64-ish supply when he engaged before the Paladin comes in. Having Holy Light in that first big engagement with the Militia rolling in can change the whole scope of that defense. And yeah, it's scary to let your towers fall, to let your peasants fall, but let's say the towers fall, the peasants do fall, that all takes time. And before the Great Hall or the expansion does actually go down, perhaps you have had the time to muscle up to 70, to get more staffs, to finally have the Paladin, certainly, to also have more gyros. If Sok plays it a little bit more carefully, perhaps that can look very different. Also, his transition choice, we saw early breakers, which I'm not sure is the best call. I'm a big fan of breakers in the super late game, especially 2 base versus 2. You always want to have a couple sprinkled in against Banshees, but this was not the game for Banshees. Happy will all in push your expansion. That is not where you go Banshees. So perhaps breakers also the wrong call in that game.
I think you wanted to have a little more stability that the breakers provide with their normal damage against fiends, and they're kind of tanky as well with high armor. Tough call. Maybe it delayed the knights a little more.
The thing is, he didn't really need them to bridge the time from tier 2 to tier 3. His AM positioning in the footies did that well enough, especially with the statue kill early on and the lich kill later. He had that tier 3 transition locked down. But I guess perhaps he went for breakers earlier than that. But I feel like it wasn't the right time for breakers, really.
Right. Now Amazonia. And this is Sok's pick. But this is where Happy puts out the pimpest plays. DK rushing over, right clicks, steals, early GGs. This is Happy on Amazonia. Against TH, we've seen this. Against Sok, we've seen this. And I wouldn't be too surprised if this game goes not as long as Northern Isles.
And question is again, what strat is Sok going to play? Is he just going to stick by the expansion, early expansion, do or die? AZ can be a very difficult expansion map. However, against Undead, it is certainly the easiest to pull it off. And if Sok does it well, that should work out well as well with the fast expansion play. But holding the fast expansion on AZ, that's not easy. It's so close to the opponent. It's so easy to push for the Undead. Also good creeping for the Lich and DK in the early and mid-game stages. Yeah, I must say, I am kind of surprised that we see AZ here on Sok's side. But, well, perhaps he just feels comfortable on this map, and that's good enough.
And yeah, maybe he has something prepared. There must be a reason. I mean, he suffered on AZ. There was no other way to call it last WGL. Or is it just where he feels more comfortable usually and not directly an anti-Happy pick? Does he want to bait him into this harass and then punish him somehow? We'll see about that. Normally it's always an Archmage. We've seen Sok with a couple of Blood Mage first plays as well. Not against Undead though, but he is very familiar with that hero. For Happy, there's pretty much 2 angles to approach this map, right? Fast harass or a little creep and then harass?
That's normally the way it goes, yeah. Normally the troll camp will be the first one to go for. I think I've seen him once or twice follow up the first creep with power creep, like troll into kobold, into more creeping, just completely ignoring the human. But normally, Happy will try to put in some harass. Especially on this map, it tends to make a lot of sense to go for a bit of creeping first on the undead side, because normally you can't really be showing up in time to prevent the level 2 on the AM, and then you fight with a level 1 hero with 0 experience against an AM with the aura and the elemental.
During the game, by the way, we saw the result of game 1 between between Romantic and Chimiko from Group D. Romantic taking a lead there. We have no further information on that, but looking good for the Chinese in that game. So, Archmage it is. No cheese strats right there. Happy hiding the Acolyte perfectly in the trees.
We have seen insane Acolyte last hits from Happy before. He's going to try it again, probably. He's going to try to slow down Sock a little bit as well. Perhaps he's going to try to pull over the green camp. There's a couple of cute little plays you can go for here with the Acolyte, but is losing quite a bit of health here already.
Sock takes care about this Acolyte before starting the creep, so he can't do pretty much anything. DK runs over on the left lane of Amazonia. Is it the troll creep or harass with this movement? Definitely the troll. Okay, so Sock can creep this camp in peace to level 2.
That was a little lucky by Happy. Normally, Ensnares should have started to fly because he was slow with the skeletons moving in, but for some reason it didn't happen. Ensnares are weird sometimes, but that's a minor thing that saves Happy some HP, I guess. Level 2 for the AM here quickly. Cloak can always be nice. Circlet is always good. Good drops here for him. And the gauntlets for the DK, it's a little bit more right-click. And yeah, Happy wants to look for that harass at the expansion, but the DK is already really hurt.
Yeah, and he's trading hits with the Footman, which he kind of shouldn't at this point. Maybe he's preparing a coil kill.
140 kill is the level up, so I guess that's his idea here. And did he just get it?
I think so. Yeah, he got it.
Oh yeah. One more coil available. And another kill. That must have been 2 Footmen dead, I guess. Or was it perhaps the Water Elemental first? Anyways.
Yeah, I think it was a Water Elemental. Summons it now, and Sock trying to go for the expansion on AZ. Oh, this could be brutal. Happy is here with 3 skeletons already. He is low on coils. He has not a single one. And super hard to steal the Golem. But Sock got it.
Yeah. Sock gets that one. So far, no peasants dying. And that's the thing about undead early game, not really much in the way of aggressive potential. Unless you play ghouls, but that is probably not a good idea. Well, perhaps if your name is 120. Wait a minute. He's not level 3.
How?
These skeletons stole... I think they stole 2 of the creeps.
He's 2.3, yeah.
Like a mud golem and a trapper or something.
Oh, that's so bad. And he's losing more peasants. The second one and the third one.
Wow.
Ay, 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 ay. It's happening again.
DK's out of mana and low health, but guess what? The skeletons still get the job done because this is Happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because this is Happy. He finally gets level 3, but a little too late as it feels, and only from skeletons. Happy's tech on the way. Expansion is very late and very risky. I mean, if the expansion stands once on Amazonia, it is super hard to kill it. It takes, it lasts forever. But yeah, it's a rocky road until the town hall is up and fortified.
Yeah, this is certainly a decent delay on the expansion. 4 footies so far. These numbers need to rise. Okay, here's a 5th one. The early defend carried Sock a long way through the mid game in map 1 before it all turned to crap, unfortunately for him. DK not interested in creeping level 3 here quickly, rather looking for some more peasant kills perhaps, with skeletons running towards the back. Drawing the footies out of position again, and the Fiends and the DK on the other side might be looking for other kills. Happy with the Lich, Slaughterhouse, Ziggurat standard on tier 2. Question is again, how fast is he gonna tech on map 1? It wasn't too quick of a tech, but Happy's getting more experience. And even without creeping, it's getting close to 3.
Getting so many kills. He crept 1 spot this entire game. And there's a guaranteed level 2 right next to his base. He needs 1 more peasant. Has another coil in a second. Rod of Necromancy, still another charge. So he's getting level 3 here, pretty sure. Oh.
And again, the Watch Elemental. Why is it not standing in the back of the expansion to defend against the skeletons? That's normally the way you're supposed to do it. The footies are trying to deal with the skellies, but they're also melee, so they have a tough time finding the damage. I think the better choice would be footies on the Fiends, Watch Elemental in the back against the skeletons. Towers cancel again. Having no arcane is really annoying, especially if the DK keeps on summoning these pesky skeletons.
Okay, Lich is not bringing in another rod. I kind of expected this. DK
Wait,
is
is
a
he
little dangerous. Oh, how can he not be stuck? Well oiled up DK.
That was super close. One more kill, or maybe two for the DK level up. There it is!
Okay, level 2 coil unlocked. And Sock is making no progress at all towards level 4. The so important level 2 aura. His laboratory camp is already gone. Kind of a question is, when will the Mountain King arrive? Happy fears nothing until this MK comes out, right?
Yeah, with proper micro,
Ooh, far away.
nothing should be in danger.
Far away.
Statue should be coming soon for Happy as well. Looks like, once again, a little bit of a delayed tier 3 tech here. Happy already at 36 supply. When 4 Fiends and 2 Statues are out, this is when the Undead becomes really scary with the level 3 DK combined. And that is the case. Level 3 DK is available, Statues are there. So now things start to get dangerous for Sock. He needs to make sure he's got his defenses in place. He needs to shop at the expansion, he needs a tower, 2, 3 towers ideally at the expansion.
Yeah.
Footies are supposed to buy time for this, for which he needs defend. Hopefully, he does have that upgrade.
It's not 8 footmen this time, a little less, right? Oh my, it is 8, but 1 is barely existing anymore. And defend at 3/4 again.
Yeah, a little bit late. This could be towers getting cancelled at the expansion. But good SimCity.
Yeah. Compared to Yumiko yesterday, where the base was wide open, this is all nicely protected so far. Sock is buying some more time. No damage by Happy at the moment, but good healing on the DK, also important. But this Blacksmith has to survive.
And I think it will. Defend is finished now, so Sock is feeling a lot more confident here to engage. Not activating the defend, though. He's hoping for the Lich Surround once again. That was a nice move in the first game, but he won't find it here. Only 1 footy falls.
Happy is getting a lot of water elemental kills. That's good experience, constantly. Like, since the beginning of game 1, pretty much.
And we have the early Sanctum again, by the way. Nice mass repair. Tower remains alive and should be close to done now. Looking for another surround. These footies are going for a lot of ambitious plays. And hey!
Okay,
Who am I to question? Do get it. Coil? That was close.
Oh, yeah, but nicely calculatable without the Mountain King here. We'll swap the TP most likely. Oh! Tanks more damage, and he can even fight out because the footmen don't do enough damage. 2 coils invested, okay, but also 2 footmen killed, and the TP is not wasted. He is still doing damage to the second main building. Mountain King is out now, though. How many more coils do we have? Like 2, I think? 1?
I think it's 2. And the statue being there should be continuous sustain as well. Happy aiming for the shop first. That's kind of interesting. Destroyer form coming in and backpack for the orb, which the Fiend will be bringing here in just a moment.
Okay, so again, no second hero most likely. Nova hits the footman gang. Obsidian statue, 1 is hurt, the second one attacked a little. He's trying to snipe them, but again, Happy has something against water. At least against the elementals. He kills them so quickly. I like that play. Okay, Stormbolt now, 1 Fiend, counter surround is there, Frost Armor as well.
Yeah.
Could also survive. Does survive.
Oh, statue. Can he morph it into a destroyer?
Nice micro again.
Should be the next kill for the Mountain King. Yeah, he got that statue. So 1 Fiend, 1 statue kill. Not too bad for Sock here with the few tools that he has.
Now the Fiend is bringing the orb, and that changes so much. This -4 armor, especially against the defend footmen. They have so much sustain with that upgrade, but if you lower their armor by 4, it's just too good.
And I wonder why he's prioritizing the shop so much.
Wants to get rid of breakers, doesn't want to give the Mountain King any potions or clarities.
Interesting.
We haven't seen too much burrow play yet against these Stormbolts. A thing that you might expect from Happy on low ping.
I think he just didn't get the upgrade yet. He's just spamming Fiends.
Yeah.
He's got 6 Fiends over here and 1 died. So it's 7 Fiends by him so far this game.
And again, aiming for the shop. Gyros, he needs the critical mass. Sock is breaking upkeep. Still the better economy, of course. Tower number 1 will fall most likely. How much time can Sock buy? He has the staff. That's big. Can be a little more oppressive with the Mountain King. diving in a little deeper. Paladin coming. This time he's waiting for the Paladin, right? I guess so. Staff is ready. Invo potion on the MK. And Sock is not really losing too much, but Happy has the Destroyer up.
Must have web at this point. It's very predictable that gyros must be coming. But really good defense here by Sock. It's expensive to keep all these buildings alive, but he's managing to do it until this point. Web in the back. Gyros once again completely neutered, doing nothing at all back there. Shredder coming in, trying to help out. He needs some normal damage against these fiends. He's waiting for the knights, but it's still going to take a while until we have a decent number of them.
Yeah, one is coming from the right-hand side now alongside some militia. Well, I underestimated the building time a little. But the Shredder is kind of half a knight. Very, very squishy against magic damage, though, so he has to staff him out. The militia didn't do anything, and Happy is still free roaming on this, but here come the gyros. Is this number now overwhelming against 2 destroyers? Engaging again, very careful play by Sock so far, not overstepping as he was on Northern Isles. Fiend is coiled again last second, but we do have an Orb of Fire now, reduces the healing, and therefore the Fiend dies.
Gyros also falling pretty high numbers, though. I think there was 3 falling already. Here goes the 4th one. And yeah, critical mass is absolutely the right word here. They need to get high in numbers, but Happy never allows this to happen. And Sock, not with a supply lead, even this late into the game, he needs to be up higher in the numbers.
Yeah, I would say it's a critical number, but critically low. We have Sundering Blades on the Knights, by the way. A little more extra damage against medium armor, what the Fiends are. He finally rises up to level 4. That is Aura 2. Always a sign of confidence, I feel. And rightfully so, because again, Sock's levels underwhelming.
Yeah. With MK and Pally high levels, that's dangerous, but probably not going to happen this game. With Sock under so much pressure, he's been gaining basically no experience here these last couple of minutes.
Would love to see a tank by Sock, but I think he can't really afford it just to buy time. But Happy would be able to defend it at home, I guess. Level 3 Lich, level 2 Nova, Shredder is gone. He's bleeding him dry. Sock is not getting any important kills, and Happy's kiting is very good. If he steps back a little, it's not really a sign of weakness, but it's just very good to play like this with the Fiends. So the Knights and the Breakers can't really reach, and Sock is losing unit after unit. He's constantly on the verge of going into upkeep, his 50 supply level, but he's going up, then he's dropping down. He goes up again, and Happy kills stuff, he's going down. In the meantime, the Undead, super solid, 65 supply, and rising.
Yeah, it feels like Sock's production is just 1 minute late. If he just gets a few more Knights, if he gets a few more gyros, maybe he can break this, especially in the first game. The second game, I think, is looking a lot more difficult for the Korean. But the expansion is still standing, but Happy has been trading so marvelously so far. Yes. He could just fall back, creep the natural, expand, and look for creep jacks, and this game would still be looking great for him. Or he could try to bust, which may very well work still.
He could counter-expand, he could go for the red spots. Ooh, flag cannons only now. That, of course, makes gyros a lot better. Gyros, a unit that is very fast to produce, and as we said, you need the critical numbers with Happy being so heavy on Fiends. You need an extra number of gyros here. Illusions on the Fiends, that's nice. So can he web all of them again? Here's number 1. Oh, damage is good so far though.
Sock coming in from the back. Can he find the big flank? DK kind of overexposed there in the front, but level 1 Stormbolt doesn't hurt that bad.
Oh, the Fiend illusions are blocking while the others attack the shop again.
Not gonna bait a Stormbolt just yet. Looks like Sock is aware of the illusion bait. But such a big army. 68 supply for Happy.
Yeah, 10 supply lead. 1 gyro gets sniped, the others did some damage.
And this is how you can win even 1 base versus 2 by just trading way favorably. How much did Happy lose this game? I can remember 1 Fiend, 1 statue. Was that all?
It's not too much.
Was that actually all? Whereas in the meantime, Sock has been forced to repair, has been losing unit after unit, especially the gyros have been disappearing like flies.
3 Knights now. And the number of gyros. Okay, Happy wants to end this, calls the ghouls. He has the lumber that he needs for the rest of the game, most likely. Sock, can he survive this battle? It's a bad position for Happy to kite back, but maybe he doesn't even need it. Oh, Fiend falls. Web on the gyros, but not against all of them. But Knights are falling as well. The Mountain King is under attack, down at 50%. Holy Light, but on level 1, he is kind of squishy, especially against the Orb of Corruption. And it's a trade versus Mountain King trade almost. One Destroyer dies, so that's a level up for the Mountain King. Could be Bash right here. DK gets Storm Bolted, forced into a TP, or dead. Holy Light! Whoa! That came almost out of nowhere. Can he save this Destroyer? No, he can't. There was 2 Destroyers there, but the Ghouls, they cleaned the Peon line so well done. Yeah, again, taking a fight and at the same time harassing the economy. Here is a little glimpse of Happy's StarCraft skills.
Yeah, that was super smart. Once he killed the tower in the back, he knew, okay, I can send in the Ghouls and my army is going to keep his army busy. And that equates in a lot of economic damage at the end of the day. But this was finally a lot of kills going Sock's way, mainly because the DK was so low mana, couldn't use the coils anymore. But now he's level 5. And he gets the big mana pot from this camp. Perfect.
Yeah. 4 coils. Lich level 4. Eats the skeletons now. And he can just creep 6 o'clock, now 4:30, and then 3:30. That's so much experience. That's Lich level 5 and 2 great items. Sock is trying to find him, not creeping himself. Oh, he is in the upper left, actually. Level 2 for the Pally. Once again, Divine Shield, no Devotion Aura. So we won't see the super high armor Knights. And what this item is, we will see in a second.
If Sock gets the red camp somehow, he could be 4-3-3.
Yeah, right?
And that is absolutely this game still doable.
Devotion Aura is great. Reduces the effectiveness by the Orb of Corruption by half. But Sock is too scared by a creep jack of Happy.
He has the TP. I feel like he should have gone for the red camp. Even if you get jacked, just TP out.
Maybe he wants to jack himself. Oh, Happy stealing the shop. He could have gone for the red spot. That's more experience and that's a better item. But he knows that this spot is safer for Sock to get his level 3-3 and takes it away because he feels so confident now. It is a level 3 Mountain King with a level 2 Stormbolt, but the healing is just not there. We do have 2 staffs now, by the way, on Sock's side. Expensive addition, but worth it. So worth it.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have that many units, though. It's only 9 gyros. It's really not that much, especially when some of them are so hurt as they are.
Lich so close to 5. These gyros could be level 5 already, as so many of them are hurt, and he has Splash against it. Only 4 Knights again. Happy is focusing on them. Feels like the Destroyers are pretty uncontested so far.
Not using the first staff to save the Knight, by the way, so that was the level 5 for the Lich. Doesn't have too much mana to make use of anymore, though I guess for that Nova. Here come the Mass Webs!
And the Stutter stepping as well. 1 gyro down, 2 gyros down. The Lich in the surround, so a lot of coils has to be used on him. But with Frost
he's stuck.
Armor... Oh yeah, he's stuck!
He's stuck! He's dead!
No, he's dead indeed! Out of nowhere, level up for the Archmage. So without a Lich, what now? And he got to level 5. It's super expensive to buy him back. Is Sock turning this around? The numbers are dwindling, though. 20 supply lead for the Russian. Can he clean this? The Mountain King has not much more mana and no potion, but Bash.
Was a really risky play not to go for the invul, and Happy gets punished for it. Sock finds the one opportunity to stay in this game. Level 3 Pally, massive level up.
Oh, this is usually where it turns around, but almost the 7 supply kill with Knight and Breaker, but the Breaker kept alive. Happy has to move back. He's trying again to use his air superiority at the expansion. Kills the tower most likely. The repair again a little too late. We've seen this before. Happy banking 500, 600 gold.
Yeah. This Lich is very expensive on level 5. How much is it? 680 or 720? Something like that.
Mountain King, by the way, with the orb. Don't really know why that is. Because what he attacks will be focused. I'm not too sure. Maybe
he's got double orb, actually.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, it's a lot of gold that's not going into units.
And he's still in no upkeep. Workers suffer. Sock distracting more and more. Lich is back, obviously, with super low mana. And there's no skeletons here. So he can eat fiends, but nothing else.
Fiend's now in a dangerous position. Stormbolt, focus, could result in a couple of kills. But still, where are the Knight numbers? We have 1 Knight only. DK perhaps surrounded, gets the surround there with the Water Elemental.
No TP! This is the DK dead. He needs a miracle and fights out. Frostmourne hungers,
Oh,
but
Holy
there was another
Light!
Stormbolt. Where's the Holy Light indeed? The Paladin may be a little too far away, or is it on cooldown? Is it not enough? There's the Holy Light, but he's not fast enough. The Unholy Aura. Happy arrives at the shop, needs an invul, gets an invisibility potion as well. Oh, how smart. DK is not in this fight though, so there's another target. This one's the Lich, down to 50%. The DK has to reveal himself. Is there a nuke on him? No, he retreats, but the Lich is still stuck. There's still no item on him. Of course, there's a staff with the surround. Oh, boy.
He's dead again.
Hammer to the head, and that's the Lich and the Holy Light. Boom, nukes him into the grave. Archmage has to run. He's down to 50%, but with only the decay and that being so hurt. Oh, boy, Happy struggling.
Quite the crazy game, man. Sock definitely would have been out of this game a couple of times already hadn't it been for these hero kills, keeping him in this match. But yes, he's killing the heroes, but he's not killing the units anymore.
Nope, and the economy is a little imbalanced as well. 850 gold for Sock, only 150 lumber. The Gyro sent into the Destroyer sees an opportunity now with the DK is not here. And no Fiends, of course.
Happy needs to unsummon a lot of buildings to get this Lich back. Oh, Destroyers keep on falling.
Yeah, we didn't mention this. The Happy's not mining anymore. We're past the 23-minute mark. Everything he loses now can't really build back. And Sock, of course, has the expansion. Do we see a counter expansion by Happy? Not too sure. Web is coming in. He unsummons the Black Citadel.
Wow. That's a lot of gold you get, but also that's a big building missing.
And he can't TP, of course. He needs the Lich. Absolutely needs the Lich. And Sock, at this very moment, is mining. Happy lost 2 Destroyers. Down to 48. And the Gyros, they seem to be able to make it. Now, finally, Web again. Sock is taking this fight as there's still no Lich. What's the mana looking like? Very good. Lich is back finally. But will he not be greeted by another Stormbolt? I think it looks pretty good for that. Web still takes out a lot of Gyros. Here's the Stormbolt followed up. Does he even need to follow up? The coil is too late. And Happy loses the hero again. And Sock takes map number 2 against the world champion. What a defense this was. He was losing so many units, but never gave up. We kind of, I guess I heard it in our both voice that we thought this game was 99.9% going to Happy, but no. The longer human can survive against Undead, the better and better and better the matchup got. Level 3 Mountain King, key moment. Level 3 Paladin, key moment. And from that moment on, the nuke spiraled out of control. He killed one after the next. Happy had to buy back. He had no gold for an expansion with that, I guess. And then he was out of mining.
Yeah, I mean, it was all about the hero kills. If he doesn't get the hero kills, this game is definitely over. And Happy, pretty greedy in some of his decisions. Didn't go for mana pots on the DK, means low amount of coils to go for the saving ones. And also, no invul in the big attack. Invul is only 150 gold. It's not that much, and it can save you games. The first time the Lich dies, if he has the invul, he survives, and he probably wins the game. Questionable by Happy here. Also, in the very last engagement, the coils were a little bit late. Lich couldn't be saved, but maybe even without that, that game is over. But, okay, slight mistakes and certainly questionable plays by Happy there on map 2, but all the congrats and shout out to Sock for staying in this for as long as he did.
And maybe to me because I called it.
What?
That's going to be closer than people expect. And that Sock can take the map.
All right. Congratulations, Neo.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel very honored.
Vindication, finally. I mean, it was Happy. Certainly make it a little bit tougher for himself than he needed to. But okay, we have finally a 2-1. We have had so many 2-0s so far in this tournament. Here we
Is this the first 2-0 in the entire tournament? 2-1 in the entire tournament?
On the main stage, yes.
Did we have a game 3 on the off? Oh yeah, Foggy versus Lawlight. True, true. Okay, second time we go full distance. Pretty exciting. This is Happy's map choice now. Concealed Hill.
Which is the hardest expansion map. Well, perhaps Twisted, but we never see Twisted. So this is going to be a tough one for Sock if he sticks with his style, which seems like is going to be his idea. Fast expansion into Knights, a few breakers on the way, and most importantly, get the hero levels. How did this game turn around with the level 3 MK and the level 3 Paladin? Before that, Sock looked toothless, without any fight in him, and with those levels finally coming in, everything turned around. With Happy exposing his heroes for once.
Happy has to go full distance against Human, just like he did against Thorzane, against Hawk, against Infi in Next, against Romantic in Yule Cup. But it's his map choice, so he has a slight advantage here. Will the Emperor Fall to the B-boy. Map 3 will show it to us. The most powerful undead in the world was struggling on AZ. His harass, again, a little more conservative than usual. Not rushing to the laboratory, taking the trolls out first. Is there any big shot to do it here on Concealed, the map being so big?
The first camp on Concealed is so good to take. The Ogre Warriors. You get the Claws or something like that, plus good experience, and then you can get easy level 2. So, especially here, instant harass just seems a lot worse of an opening than a bit of creeping first. So I think it's going to be creeping first by Happy. And the thing is also, this expansion creep is pretty hard. You need a lot of peasants and a couple of footies, so you can't go for it super early. So by the time Sock tries for the expansion, Happy should still be easily in time to harass against it, even if he does go for creeping first. So yes, I imagine it's going to be Happy creeping the first camp, running across the map. And the specialty on this map is that the skeletons and ghouls, in the meantime, while the DK is running across, can get him the level 2, so the aura gets unlocked very early, and the DK can harass with level 2 right away at the gold mine.
Yeah, lots of good reasons to pick CH here. On the offstage, we saw Romantic taking the series against Jamiko, only with a 2-1 as well. That does surprise me for sure, that it wasn't a little closer.
I wonder if we're going to see the footy bait. This was such a brilliant play that I saw by TH versus WFZ, where he intentionally sent the footman into the camp to get ensnared, to sacrifice him on purpose to buy time for the expansion to come up. That's a super advanced play.
A player's forces are under attack.
I wonder if Sok is going to try for that as well.
He needs a super advanced play for sure, since he is against Happy, but so far, normal creeping on both sides. No last hit, claws of attack. But no harass by Happy, no Acolyte here.
Claws for the AM as well. That's
Ooh.
very nice to pressure this DK. DK already tanking damage from the creep camp means he's going to be hurt already going towards the expansion. The nice thing, of course, on Conceal is the health fountains. Another good thing for Undead here for the early game harass. DK can go in, drop low with the harass, and then fall back and heal up at the fountain. Same goes for the footies and the AM, though.
True. Claws have a pretty interesting dynamic in this matchup. In the beginning, it's so good for the Archmage to chip away damage on the DK. In the late game, you don't really feel it that much anymore on your heroes, but Claws on the Lich make every difference in the game.
Coil misses.
Yep, and that last hit he didn't get either.
Yeah, but should still get the level 2 with the aforementioned parallel creep in the south with the ghouls and the skeletons.
Not doing it yet, though. Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Ah, okay, yeah, little red dots blinking. Okay, now we see it.
DK's hurt already. Only one coil left. Again, it doesn't seem like that much can be accomplished here in this harass. But let's see. This is Happy after all. 4 skeletons here, but no more. No more Rods of Necromancy from the DK. No skeleton backpack, Rod of Necromancy reinforcement coming in. Somehow we don't see that anymore on the pro level.
Okay, there's the first kill, but again, not going for the creep, so it's no experience swing, but rather one-sided once and delays the expansion for a little.
2 peasants dying. That's totally fine so far.
He's looking for another target. Coil is ready soon. Skeletons do some damage. Level 3 Archmage couldn't prevent that, but 2 more kills maybe for Happy. 1 coil. Sock's playing nicely around it. Happy a little greedy. Okay, 1 guaranteed kill. Not opting for more with the skeletons being gone and the militia coming in. Fiend can't really do too much either. So, he's ending up with a level 2.3 DK. Leaves Sock with a level 3 Archmage. I like this Archmage movement. He knows the DK is here.
Yeah.
So more right clicks. Wakes up the creeps as well.
Well, still a decent bit of healing here for the Death Knight. At least 150, maybe 200 HP. But Sock should be pretty fine with this here early game. Didn't lose too many peasants. Got all the creeps. Got his level 3. And the DK at least, I guess, isn't level 3 himself. But the Fiends here looking for more kills onto the footies. Sock wants to get his defense up. For once, should try not to get the tower cancelled, which has been happening a lot. What is that tech? Tech before Lich.
Oh, wow.
That is insanely fast.
Super fast Destroyer Rush.
Completely different from before. Earlier we saw 36 supply techs. Now it's 25. That is absolutely as fast as you can get it.
Maybe he saw that Sok is always very low on towers and thinks, okay, if you're not towering up, I'm gonna bust you with 3 destroyers and that's it.
Could be. Could be. Happy has shown his willingness to go heavily into destroyers.
Yeah.
And the earlier they hit, the stronger they are, always. Question is he going Slaughterhouse or Lich first? If he goes Lich, Slaughter before Lich, then could be 4 destroyers hitting very quickly. But no, it's Lich before Slaughterhouse. So probably 2 or 3 statues into destroyer upgrade. And here comes the Slaughterhouse now. But yeah, with the Lich not being there for quite a while, Sok can actually easily push back these undead forces and has a lot of time to freely walk across the map before he has to have a defend. Oh, Slaughterhouse.
Double Slaughterhouse. Old school undead. But this will be cancelled. One of the biggest strengths on this stage of the game is to cancel production buildings, and he does it. Lich is out, so the Nova helps against the Footmen, throws them back, but damage is done.
It's not double slaughter, it's single.
It's single. Oh yeah, of
That's
course, it
the
was
only
so
one.
late. There we go. Oh, that's even worse then. No statues for such a long time.
Yeah, that's at the very least a 30-second delay, probably more. Yeah, I don't know about this tier 3 before Lich.
Also, the position was a little too far forward, I guess.
Yeah, that's something that Happy rarely pays attention to, carving out a hole in the back to have a safe position for the Slaughterhouse. One of his few mistakes that we ever see.
So he has no Obsidian statue in this push. No regen on HP, not on mana. DK though. Oh, we have boots. Nice, he can chase this DK. Nice purchase by Sok for sure.
This
Who
is
has a
TP
lot of
first.
gold. Yep. No Nova used to slow the Archmage down. Would have only buy him some time, I guess. Sok's feeling good. Sok's feeling really good.
Okay, so here's the tier 3, and this is where I wonder. Alright, you get the tier 3 and you get the orb. But how much does that really change? What makes the tier 3 upgrade so strong is that you already have 2 statues. You have the Lich, you have the level 3 DK, you have 4 to 5 Fiends, and that all lining up with the orb and with Destroyers, that is suddenly super powerful. But we have 3 Fiends only. We have no statue. Now finding the DK on level 3, but low HP. So it's not really that strong of a timing here for Happy.
0 towers in the main. Maybe he can abuse that. Oh, but Sok keeps him so busy. Keeps him from creeping. Willing to trade the Footman now. That will level up the Lich.
Third hero maybe?
Once again, enters no. Again, no resources for it.
Sok with a pretty good mid-game here once again. MK coming, tier 3 on the way. Low on towers once again. And the SimCity doesn't protect the towers at the expansion that well. To be fair, that is extremely hard to do on this map, with it being so open. Footies will start to die. But the Lich, we've seen plenty of Lich surrounds, and again another one!
Can't get out of there. I mean, he's trying to, but more coils will be forced. Can he fight out? Mana seems low. Coil is not too late, but he's stuck again! Oh, Happy, this doesn't look good. The Lich again stopped early on. He's investing 3 coiled skeleton. Now he blocks out. Okay, so no TP swap necessary. Oh, there wasn't even a TP. The Lich doesn't die this time.
MK coming in though. Can he find a kill perhaps with the Stormbolt? Trying again for the surround. Anti-surround with the statues. Who's gonna be blocked in? Lich does get away, and we have a Dark Ranger. Silence has to come in against the MK, and it does. Stormbolt delayed for a little bit longer. AM in trouble as well, but no mana for the nukes right now from Happy.
Happy so brave to stay in there with the Lich despite the Mountain King threatening a Stormbolt all the time. Destroyer upgrade started now. This will take some time. Sok on the way to tier 3. Going more gyros. Breakers again. This is just Sok's build here. But Happy dodged quite a bullet. Was kind of forced into a Dark Ranger at this point. I don't know. Was it his plan all along? Was it an emergency call to deny the Stormbolt? Not sure. But he's under pressure for sure. No damage against his Expo this time. Not at all.
He's creeping up the middle. Is he considering expanding? This is really not Happy style normally.
Claws plus 12.
Ooh, that's plus 23 on the Lich. That is good damage.
But it's more time for the human. 3.4, 1.4. Not the biggest camps, and creeping the fountain bottom left or mid left will be hard. to do, and there's not too much close to the expansion where he's kind of forced to defend into. But Happy realizes there's no fortification in the main. The castle is, of course, a lot harder to crack than a town hall is. But he just wants the workers. He wants to open the floodgate with a farm, and he is expanding in the middle. Super untypical Happy play.
Absolutely. I watch a lot of Happy games, and this is ultra rare to see.
Lich and Dark Ranger can attack the workers, but they don't get the kill, so no Skeleton Rising with Black Arrow. There's no Black Arrow, of course, because silence, but will be soon.
Salt needs more time.
Yeah, this is the strongest phase of the Undead, most likely, with Destroyers finishing in a second.
Happy might actually be able to break him here, even with an expansion coming up in the back.
Just wants the workers. Just wants to delay him and get the workers.
Oh, the Dark Ranger Lich might be dropped in the main. Happy with a super greedy play, diving into the main base. Happy that was not necessary and is going to get punished hard for this.
Still no TP, no Zeppelin to get out there. How is he supposed to save that Lich? I don't think there's an answer. He's almost dying again. What can save him? The DK is dropping low as well. I guess there's another hammer. Lich down to like 1/3 DK as well. What's going to die first? Another coil. Not really. Oh, arrives, but for how much longer? Can he prevent this kill? DK gets out, army gets out, but the heroes... How much damage can they do? I think that's the only question.
Can revive him though. He has the money for the instant tavern revive.
And he didn't get level 3, I think. That's an even cheaper revive.
Okay, Happy bounces back.
And gets a knight as well. Dark Ranger survived this too with level 2.
That was super scary. Happy diving into the main. Absolutely not a risk that's necessary to take.
And Sock getting level 2 on the Mountain King with this. Still a lot of mana. Skeletons get more kills for the level 3 on the Lich. He's not supposed to lose him here.
The DK getting chased. MK looking for the Stormbolt, but perhaps opting for the Lich instead. The AM also in trouble. Heal Pot, who's going to die first. Long range coil saves the Lich for the time being. Happy has to go back. Once again, MK, what's his mana looking like? He's got 2 more Stormbolts as it seems, but the heroes are out of range.
Getting about the Fiends a little bit, baiting with the statue. That could be double statue kill. No regen at the moment, and the mana is looking super bad for Happy. Dark Ranger, dry. Lich, dry. DK, maybe one more, but the Expo is up for now. That's why he wanted this long and worn-out fight to make sure his Haunted Goldmine comes up. This Fiend cannot be saved with the Archmage coming back. And the number of gyros looks okay as well. Happy, what's your way out of this? Again, a hero kill against him. Again, not breaking the expansion. A little reminiscent of game 2. Sock seems in tip-top shape, and you shouldn't give him too much time anymore.
I like that Happy goes for the mana pot. This was, I think, one of his biggest mistakes in game 2, not respecting the mana situation enough. It's all about healing. It's basically all about hero kills, but also keeping your army alive. So you need the heal. DK now with the mana potion in a good position to keep his army alive. Paladin only level 1.
Yeah.
And question is, Sock, he would like to have level 3 Paladin MK, but does he have the time to creep for that? Doesn't seem like it with the expansion here ready.
Love this tank play by Sock. That is usually a thing that only TH Romantic and Infi are going for. Now a play by the Chinese as well. Mountain King diving deep. This tank will, of course, buy time or just simply attack the Haunted. Could also be the case. Holy Light and Staff out, saving that Knight. Once again, he's so heavily going for that Lich. A little bit of, like, reminiscent of what Foggy is doing against Happy all the time. He fails. Sock got the kill plenty here.
Mana's dropping low on the healers. DK doesn't have much left, neither does the Paladin, so things could start dying pretty quickly over here. Gyro's web taken out possibly fairly fast. Here's the tank now, and I don't think there's a narrow ready just yet, but Happy seems to be winning this engagement. Gets the level 4 on the DK. That's a little bit more mana. Lich again in trouble, aiming for the surround, and he gets it!
Again, and is there a coil? 1. But that might have been the last one. He's trying to block out, but that doesn't work. Uh-oh, he's dropping lower and lower and is dead with the Holy Light for the second time. The so important damage dealer of Happy is benched. And how to defend this now against the tank? You need the Orb of Corruption and the Lich damage against the tank. He's just killing the Expo in the middle. Holy Light is ready.
Happy's getting resources quickly, but lumber is low as well. That's what you...
Oh,
DK in trouble!
Bashed! All right, not blocking as the Archmage is in trouble. Better safe than sorry. Not too greedy is Sock. That was super risky. The ghouls might take out the tank, but it takes time to do that.
Ooh, scary, scary, scary.
Happy could have lost this game with like 3 occurrences.
Level 3 Dark Ranger. Could be a big level up as well. The DK needs to be careful.
Lich is back.
From the tavern. No mana. Low HP. Lich. Again, super far forward. Eats the Stormbolt.
And the Orb of Fire. Okay, I think it wore off. Not 100% sure. Can he put enough pressure on this Archmage? That's Happy's only chance, I guess, to fight him back. Oh my, Knight supporting the tank now. He has to defend. Happy has to put out fires, but is he fast enough? Apparently he is. Now fighting on Blight again. More extra region for the undead. He's chased across the entire map. From Sock's base, close to his base, now back again.
Happy needs more mana. Needs mana potion. He doesn't have enough coils here to deal with all of this.
Sock is realizing that and takes out the statues. Dark Ranger!
She's surrounded.
So many Stormbolts. The Breaker wants to surround here. The Fiend is opening up the back exit.
Dark Ranger seems to be getting away. MK out of mana. So close to level 3.
Oh, critter block! Can he get in range? No.
She is fast enough to make it away. DK gets back to the shop, gets a heal pot and a mana pot. Very important. Didn't get invul.
Sock a little sloppy. Could have gotten the kill on the statue there. Didn't realize it. And now it could be 2 kills. No. Saves the Dark Ranger first.
Tank is back.
The world champ after such a dominant play against Moon. Here comes an underdog Sock and pushes him to the limit.
Statue kill might be level 3. Staff last second saves the Breaker right there.
Divine Shield again. So big for the Paladin to just keep him alive. And to provide healing all the time. You can play, oh, Lich again, Stormbolt, Coil is ready, but the Orb of Fire is working. Can he run away? Oh my, Mountain King is chasing
super close.
again. My god.
That needs more potions. Needs more mana potions. All about mana in these engagements.
He has the gold. But the statue falls, and that's level 3 on the Mountain King. He was super close of getting these hero kills with level 1 Stormbolt. Now his signature spell got a lot stronger.
Tank is still here.
Yep.
2 tanks, actually. Almost taking out this expansion. Early Divine Shield, 15 seconds. After that's over, perhaps this Paladin might be in trouble.
I said this yesterday. It's always such a tough call what the right amount of tanks is and what the good timing for the tank is. And Sock seems to nail it in this game.
Quite a few losses now, though. Breaker falls, Staff on cooldown. Next Knight in trouble as well. And it's only a single staff, not mass staff saves here anymore, trying to go for the DK, but he is pretty tanky. Can he really find this kill? No, the Paladin in trouble, needs to save him somehow. Can he? Right clicks, almost dead.
Oh my, the Black Arrow, low damage roll. Now the Mountain King in trouble, has to use the invul potion to save him. Holy Light was invested before.
Tanks were at the expansion,
Yeah.
it's so close.
It needs more repair, but there is no more repair. The tank damage should be enough. Oh my god, on the verge of being destroyed, and he gets it before the army arrives. That was a split second, but what a magnificent takeout for Sock.
And Happy's low lumber, he may not even have enough to go for the new Haunted over here. My god, what an extended engagement.
Absolute nail biter between them. They're pushing each other. Sock at 65 supply, but what is really fighting supply? Breakers don't do too much damage. Knight, one is benched, getting killed now most likely.
Again, it's a lot about the mana. Of especially the healers. Pally still not level 3. This healing isn't that great anymore. Haunted gets resummoned, by the way.
Yeah.
It's coming up. So about 100 seconds or so away from being finished.
Mana looks okay for Happy, but not great. Paladin again super low, but he has that 15-second invulnerability. Fountains both not crept, so healing during daytime is not possible.
Happy back on the high ground, back on the Blight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what happens if Sock's gold mine runs out? What is the human doing then? We're still quite far away, but these games seem to last a lot longer than the average here at WGL so far. So I could see a double mined out game, like we've seen yesterday.
Happy, one of his statues isn't actually on autocast mana. That, over time, is a big
yeah.
problem. He's not realizing it. Is this something he's been forgetting about all game? Is that why his mana's always low?
It is.
Nova executes the Knight. Of course, the nuke pretty strong at this point. Lich is close to 4.
So important to not lose the workshop. I don't know if he has a backup, but just to be able to throw in this one tank. And this is the critical mass of gyros. Expo not back up yet. Happy with the destroyers on one spot. That's never good against flag cannons. Losing 1. Oh, actually saves it.
Onto the Blight we go again, and the expansion is ready. Haunted is mining. Sock, though, with a 10 supply lead.
I think he wants the fountain. Wants the fountain, closer to level 3 on the pally, and the big item.
Also, all this time running around, the aura is running for the AM. Look at the mana for Sock. He's full mana everywhere. Happy, he has barely anything.
Completely low, except on the Dark Ranger. So there's quite some silence, but that's about it.
A town is under
Heal
siege.
scroll.
The
Okay,
player's
double
forces
heal
are
scroll.
under
Big
attack.
investment. 500 against AoE. AoE isn't that big of a deal, I feel. Only Nova.
Happy going for the distraction plays. Without mana, he can't really fight, I don't believe. But Sock not falling for it, not going for the defense in the main, going for the attack instead of the expansion. And it's Happy in a difficult position now. A tank is here again. This army is pretty strong, and the mana is looking outstanding for Sock.
Happy can't really afford to lose the Haunted Goldmine, but I guess he has to. Trying to repair this Nerubian, but no, this is just not working. More destroyers. And Sock is retreating. Not happy with the position yet. Oh, the gyro position is great. Once again, so far away from the Fiends. And this is a fight for the Expo. And Happy can't really take it.
Lich in trouble, getting focused, and he's just dead! Second hero dies again, the big mistake that keeps on happening in this series, and Sock is making this upset happen. Happy is about to lose this match against the human from Korea. No income anymore, this Lich won't come back, and Sock on his way to his victory.
The human snowball is an avalanche by now. He's pulling back, of course, because he wants to... Oh, he unsummoned the gold mine or lost the gold mine already. And the main looks pretty dry, or will be dry in a second. So Happy on his last gold. Calls for the GG, and the upset is real. The world champion loses his first game in this round-robin Group C. It is against the human from Korea. Sock the B-boy dancing his way to a 2-1.
Wow.
He is looking very strong in this matchup, and Happy running over with a little bit of a smile in his face. But yeah, the hero losses, both games.
Yeah.
The Lich too fragile, the Hammers too heavy, and all of a sudden it's 2-1. Happy hype train of the rails.
Map 2, that was a really close game. That was super well played by Sock, but I feel like Happy gave it away. Sorry, map 3 is what I meant. Happy gave it away on map 2. That Lich had to be protected more, especially on map 2 where he had a big lead. But yeah, Sock, he identified the weakness. Happy is not paying close enough attention to the Lich. Overexposed many times, not enough mana for the DK many times, very low on invulns time and time again. And well, people were right, I guess. Sock here is absolutely able to put up a good fight, gets the win here. And what does that mean for Happy for the rest of the group? He's going to have to face Infi as well here.
That is, yeah. At first, we have a group with Happy, Moon, and Infi. And the leader of that group is Sock at the moment. 2-0. Granted, Infi did not play a game yet, if I'm not mistaken. So Happy is 1-1. Moon is 0-1. A colorful as well. But yeah, Sock is looking great for him. He still has to face Moon and Infi. So tough challenges. He might have the matchup lead over Moon. But Moon is Moon. And all the Koreans respect him so much that they play always a little bit weaker against him, I feel. Except Lin. Yeah. Does Happy have to defeat Infi now? That's a good question. We will see Infi next in his debut match here at WGL Winter. He's playing colorful, and afterwards, yeah, maybe this is definitely a deciding map then later. Happy versus Infi.
Yeah, Happy. I think he can't afford to lose anything else after this. And with still having to go up against Infi, that's a dangerous thought to have.
It's kind of likely that he ends up 2-2. Is that enough in this group?
Only with luck. Only with luck. And also, Infi must have seen that game, or at least heard about that game. Sock beats him with human, obviously. We were all speculating, is Infi gonna off-race as Orc? Does this most recent result influence him now?
No, because the decision has already been made and Infi is playing Orc against Happy later. So we're gonna get a rematch of next, I think it was, when Infi defeated him 2-1.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Happy having to face a Night Elf, a human, and an Orc today. Did you prepare for Infi's Orc? I guess so. We all knew that this would happen. Everyone knew that this would happen, or was heavily speculating towards it.
And we kind of know what's going to be happening as well. It's going to be Farseer, expansion, drops, lame, raiders, liquid fire bats, all that stuff. So it's going to be a very unique game. And yeah, Happy, with that loss here, suddenly finds himself at least in a little bit of trouble to make it to the playoffs.
He's under pressure now. 3 games, 1 day. It's not too easy. Maybe he would have preferred to play the Infi game tomorrow so that he could prepare a little more. Yeah. But let's take first things first. Infi versus Colorful is coming up. I mean, Colorful was defeated by Sock earlier, but Sock super strong today, super solid. What if Colorful defeats Infi now? Then we have the craziest of all groups happening here in C.
That would be extremely surprising. First of all, Infi's looking just absolutely killer at the moment, and this matchup is doing Night Elves no favors currently. But hey, every tournament we do have at least one massive surprise, and Colorful, I think he's really talented. I think this guy is someone to look out for, but he does not have the easiest group to impress us with his play.
Absolutely. On the B streams, we might, or you might find the game of Hitman versus 1-2. Oh no, that's later. But the Hitman games should start soon on the off stages. We will take a look at that, of course, as well when we are here. We have an interview up with Hitman, by the way, on youtube.com/backtowarcraft, talking a little bit about his journey to China, his performance at the moment, how he feels, how confident he is, and yeah, I think it's a very good watch. So there will be a break, and you have some time in between, so go check this one out.
I guess what this performance so far from Happy is similar to last WGL is at the beginning, we were kind of afraid and it was looking a little bit shaky when he lost to Focus. 2-0 loss there, dropping down to the lower bracket, and then his run really began, where he really started tearing it up.
Yeah, but was there, after the Focus match, an opponent as scary as Infi is now?
I mean, he played Focus again, so in that sense, I would say so. We're going to the replays, and we're going to be back here with